By the end of this video, or sorry, this lesson, you'll be able to find the volume of prisms, cones, cylinders, pyramids, and spheres. Remember, volume is how much cubic units there are inside of an object. So how much does it take to fill it? To find the volume of a prism, use a formula of volume equals base times height, where V is the area of the base and H is the height of the solid. In the case of rectangular prisms, we can say that the volume is length times width because that's the area of a rectangle times the height. So we're going to do volume equals length times width times height. It doesn't matter which one you make length, width, or height. Good. All right, so 7 times 4 times 11, which is 308 feet cubed. This is the number of cubic units you put into it. Okay. Number 2 is a triangular prism, and the volume of that, again, is the area of the base. The area of a triangle is base times height. So again, that's my big V, because that's the area of the base, times the height. This is the base and height of the triangle. And then this is the height of prism. Height of prism. Height of the prism. I'm leaving out T's all over the place. And the height of a prism is the distance between the bases, by the way. So in number 2, it's 41. So volume equals 1/2. And if we look at this triangle here, base is 26, or we can even say the height is, it doesn't matter, as long as those are perpendicular, times 20, I don't know why my colors switched, times 28. Let me write this neater. So again, volume equals 1/2 the base of the triangle, which is 26, times the height of the triangle, which is 28, and we multiply that times the height of the prism, which is 41. And you can even write that, I think if I was writing that out, I wouldn't even put the parentheses here or here. I would just put times the height. And I multiply those, I get 14,924 meters cubed. So the area of the triangle times the height of the prism. And the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And that's where it gets kind of confusing. We talk about the height of the prism and the height of the triangle. So the height of the triangle and the base of the triangle are different than the height. It's different than the height of the prism. The height of the prism is how far apart those two triangles are. All right, number 3. Again, it's a rectangular prism, so we're length times width times height. Again, it doesn't matter which one we make length, which one we make width, and which one we make height. So we do 8 times 3 times 27, which is 648 net yards cubed. So we talk about a prism, it's the area of the base times the height. For rectangular, length times width times height. For triangular, it's the area of the triangle, which is 1/2 base times height of the triangle times the height of the prism. Volume of cylinders. Right, the volume of a cylinder is based on finding the area of the bases and then the height. So that's why you have pi r squared and then times the height. All right, I know, pi r round. We're not going to laugh at that again. All right, pi r squared times the height. And again, the height of a volume of a 3D object is the difference between the bases. So volume equals pi r squared h, so 3.14 times 6.5 squared times the height, which is 12. All right, and when I do that, I get 1,592 centimeters cubed, right? Because again, it's 2 radiuses and a height, so that's 3 dimensions. Make sure that when you're practicing this, like along with the video, I would make sure you practice putting it into the calculator and making sure you're getting the same numbers I do. All right. Number 4, the radius is going to be half of that diameter, so 3.4. Okay, so it's half of the diameter. So our volume is going to equal 3.14 times the radius, 3.4 squared, times the height, 9, which is 326.7, and this is feet cubed. So just like a prism, it's still the area of the base times the height, but the area of the base is the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. Volume of a pyramid. A pyramid has a third of the volume of the prism with the same base. So if we're talking about the prism as compared to the related pyramid, the pyramid is a third of that. All right, so if I have a square that I make a prism on, it's going to have 3 times the volume of a pyramid that I make that same base on. Okay? So if you look at number 1, the base is a triangle. Okay, so here's the base of that pyramid, and it's a triangle. For number 4, the base is a rectangle. All right, so the volume of this one is going to be 1/3 the area of the triangle, which is 1/2 base times height, and that's of the triangle. Area of triangle base. Triangle. All right, times the height of the prism. So 1/3 times 1/2 times, let's see, base height of the triangle. They're both 12, so it doesn't matter. And then the height of the prism is 17, right? And so it's 1/3 times 1/2 times 12 times 12 times 17. And when I put that in the calculator, I get 408. Again, I would practice putting the calculator to make sure you get the same answer as me. The Decimus calculator is the best calculator probably that you have, where you can see all that stuff being multiplied. Because you can type it in just like you see it there, and it'll give you 408. For number 4, again, volume equals 1/3 the area of the base, and that's the area of the the area of the base, and our base is a rectangle. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so that is area of rectangle base. So equals 1/3 times 11 times 38 times the height, which is 10. And when I put that in the calculator, I got 1,646.7 meters cubed. All right, so the volume of a pyramid is a third of the prism with the same base and height. Okay, the area is of if the base is a triangle, then you do the area of the triangle. The area, if the base is a rectangle, then you do the area of the rectangle, and then times the height of the pyramid, and then 1/3 of that. Volume of a cone. A cone, like a pyramid, has 1/3 the volume of a cylinder with the same base and height. So if I poured that cone into the cylinder that has the same base and height, it will only go 1/3 of the way up. So the form of that now is 1/3 pi r squared h. So volume equals, and this one, 1/3 times 3.14. Our radius is half of the diameter, which is 6. and then the height of it is 10. So volume equals 1/3 pi radius squared height. And when I put that in the calculator, I get 376.8 meters cubed. And then finally, the volume of a sphere. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So the radius cubed. So volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So 4/3, 3.14, 3 to the third power. And when I put that, I get 113 centimeters cubed. And then this one would be 4/3 times 3.14 times 14, I'll put r, 14 cubed, which equals 11,488.2 feet cubed. And again, practice putting that in the calculator and make sure you get the same number as me. So now you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 through 9.